Hi, this is Bob Price. This video you're about to see shows the development process of the Celtic cross image that I created. This is my original concept, and if you've ever been around or worked with artwork, it's always a process. It's not always the first thing that you come up with, but this was my initial idea, and I put the text in for what I wanted to have for the different squares. The next step is I put that initial sketch into AI and came up with several different permeations and combinations based on that original idea of different concepts. This one here is what I finally went with that I liked, with the moon, and I like the electricity at the bottom. You can see that there was some stuff I didn't like, and I took it into Procreate, and I went in there and I had to it took all my text and put garble in, so I needed to go back in and clean all those squares up so that I could put the real text in. You can see that I fixed the clouds at the bottom, and you can see me doing some of my cleaning up work here. This is something that Procreate does, is it records the process. And now I'm putting images in this part of the step. So I had to redo some of the stuff because I liked the way that it did the clouds at the bottom in one of the AI permeations I did. So I had to go back in and clean up the garbled text again. And you're seeing me do that here. And I also needed to fix the moon. I didn't like the moon that it put in there. And you can see I changed the moon and I put in a blue tint moon. Then I needed to bring in the artwork, the photos that I had from the previous one. So this is the Celtic cross spread. They call it the Celtic cross because it forms a cross. Can you see how it forms a cross in the middle area? That's why it's called the Celtic cross. So now we're going to go and look at the different parts of the Celtic cross, and I'll tell you why I put the images in I did. If you watched my other video, this was for the back page that went along with my last video, and it's also for my cards for someone that's using my cards to do a reading. Okay, let's jump right in. We're going to start off in the center area, and we're going to go and we're going to look at that. And this is the primary focus or heart of the matter. So there's two cards here. The first card tells me what is the main situation that's going on right now. Are you having a disagreement with somebody? If that were the case, then a conflict card of some sort would show up here. And there's also the second present challenge card is laid over the top on the side, and that is what is happening that's a challenge for you for that primary area, primary issue. This next area, it will be a card that's on top, and what that represents is something that you are very aware of. You're consciously aware. It could be something, maybe you're worried about your job or something, but it's something that you are consciously aware of. And the next thing that we look at is going to be your subconscious. That might be something that's been bothering you, but you're not quite sure why or what it is. That's something that's the dream state, the subconscious. We'll be looking at that next. This could be something that you're not aware of, and this is really good to know. In this situation, this card will tell you something like perhaps you have a fear, or you have your subconscious knows that there's something going on at work and that there's going to be some kind of reorganization. You sense it, it's in your gut, but you can't pin it down, but you know that something's up. And so that's what this card will tell us. It's really a good card because it helps you pin down things that you may not be aware of. The next card is your recent past. Maybe you just went through a breakup with somebody, or maybe you had someone pass in your family and go on to the next life. Something that's happened in your recent past, and that will show up right here. The next card is what is looming in the near future. This card will tell you that. We see the image of the woman dreaming about a new job that is coming in a big city. This card is how you see yourself. Notice that the girl, her hair is kind of unkempt, but yet she sees herself as being perfect and perfect hair, and so there's a little bit of a difference in how she really is compared to how she sees herself. This next card is what's around you, what's in your social environment. It could be family, it could be relatives that are coming, it could be a problem with a friend that you're having a disagreement. It could be something that's going on at work. It could be a good thing. It could be a promotion that's pending. It's not always a negative card, but that will tell what's happening around you. This card is interesting, the hopes and fears card in this position. It's what you are really afraid of, and it doesn't necessarily even need to be something that's real. You may think that you have a cousin that hates you, but the cousin doesn't really hate you, but your perception is that she does. And so that impacts you. The hopes and fears can be real or imagined. And finally, we have the outcome card. This card kind of sums up everything that is in this reading. It is like it's like the conclusion on a report that you're writing, or a paper, or an article that you're writing. It's the conclusion, what is all of this stuff leading up to, the outcome. So my image that I put here, it shows a man that has been practicing and practicing for a race, and the final outcome is he's able to win the race. So all of the things that you've been doing will have either a good or a bad effect over the overall situation that you're facing. I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and you got something out of it.